Hey, assalamu alaikum familia. Thank you all for tuning in. Alhamdulillah, you're a part of my tribe now. And most importantly, thank you for supporting me on this book project and all the other projects I got going on. I can't wait to hear what you think about it and discuss some of these important themes with you. So we have a lot of people who apparently like to judge books by their covers, literally without reading a single word of what's inside. But that's okay. Like I said, it took me a year of writing, talking, researching, interviewing, and preparing for moments just like these, actually. And I was very well aware that people would try to use what I'm doing to get on. I knew they would hijack my posts and my projects to be topics of discussions to get their pages and podcasts popping. I knew that some would try to take us all the way back, put us in that same old crab in the barrel of, well, polygamy is acceptable as long as you do it right, or you're going against the word of Allah if you don't want to take part in polygamy. Like it's a requirement to be a Muslim or something. It is not. Now, for those of you watching at home that may or may not be familiar with Islam or polygamy, there's this one little line in the whole 119 chapters or so of the Quran that says, if you fear you will not be able to deal justly with orphans, marry women of your choice, 2 or 3 or 4. But if you fear you shall not be able to deal justly with them, then only one, or a captive whom your right hands possess. That will be more suitable for you to prevent you from doing injustice. Now, who is going to hold these men accountable if, say, they think they could be just, but then they do something like run off and start a whole nother family behind your back without telling you? I think I would say that that's a little unjust, right? You feeling me on that? But who's gonna judge it? So I realized that hadith, it says that we should trust Allah, but we should still tie our camels, right? So Allah is gonna hold men and women accountable for, say, doing stuff like sending nude selfies to people's husbands. But we as wives, in particular as first wives, we have a role we can play too. We can actually take steps to get justice for ourselves with the help of Allah, inshallah. And that's why I wrote this book. It is to let people of faith know that yes, God does allow bad things to happen to good people, but if you trust Him and maintain your faith in Him, He will rectify your situation for you, but you also have a part that you can play. Now, I'm not saying that polygamy is a bad thing, but I am saying that to join with someone in the vow of marriage, whatever religion you are, then without warning, someone pops up and makes that same vow with someone else and tells you there is nothing you could do about it. That is, if they even tell you at all, right? So I'm just saying that sounds kind of wrong to me. I don't know. But for the record, I am not anti-polygamy. I mean, hating stuff takes a lot of time and energy, and ain't nobody got time for that. So what I'm actually is I'm pro do you, boo. As long as it does not go against the guidelines of Allah or Islam, which if it does, that ain't got nothing to do with me either. That is between you and Allah, right? But where I come in is if you cross over into the little line of my life and my territory. Now, I'm not saying that my man is my territory. Like the ayah in the Quran says, he's a free man of this city. But it goes a little something like this. I was a single mom doing my thing for several years. My daughter was about to go off to college. So I'm like, okay, cool, perfect. I could go off, travel the world, do my thing. But then I meet this guy and I'm like, okay, cool. Then we could just travel the world together. And he's like, I'm monogamous. And I'm like, me too. So then it's like, okay, we could be monogamous together. All right, cool, let's do this. So we move on with our little lives, get married, have our little baby. Then this sister decides that our monogamy is just not gonna work for her. So she gets to work and a whole bunch of shenanigans ensue, which you'll have to read about in my book, all right? But all of it was under the guise of polygamy. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So do you see how somebody else is doing, do you boos, crossed over into me doing me? And so like she went to work, now I'm gonna have to go to work because homie don't play that, okay? And if it was just about me, that's one thing. Me and my husband, like we cool now, we chilling, everything is Gucci, alhamdulillah. But then I started meeting all of these other sisters who were like going through the same things, but some of them were not making it through it okay. Like there was a number of sisters who had like literally had mental breakdowns and had to be institutionalized, leaving their kids to be raised by the other woman. Ain't nobody trying to play that. There was one sister who found out her husband had married somebody without telling her. She ended up cornering the sister at the masjid, and they took to blows on the musalla floor. But the one that really got to me was a sister actually trying to take her life because of it. So I'm like, all right, enough is enough. You have sold us that if they do it right line forever. And the truth is, a whole lot of y'all ain't doing it right. But it's not a problem. Inshallah, we go get together, talk about some stuff, work some stuff out. Because for real though, I'm not trying to see y'all end up on 2020 because this is definitely the type of stuff that gets folks got. For real, people get murked over here, you know what I'm saying? So till next time, I need you to stay up out people's husbands' DMs. All right, my salama, love you, mean it. Bye-bye.